Hi guys, it's Mosha and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my feminine hygiene routine, product essentials that I use on a regular basis when I do my skincare, my body wash, my self-care, everything all together from head to toe. I'll be sharing those products with you guys, and I'll be sharing some tips and tricks, the things that I've been experimenting with and things that I do personally that maybe not everyone might not know, because obviously I like to experiment. So I'll be sharing those tips and tricks with you guys, so make sure you stick around and subscribe for more videos like this. So without further ado, we're gonna dive into the video. Let's go.
I'm working on my energy, cleaning up, I'm taking care of myself and me. Drinking coffee, take a sip, they say I'm sparkling.
Okay, so to begin with, I will start with my face. I would have started from my head, but I do have a channel that talks all about hair. So if you want to see how I wash my hair, like my wash day routine, then definitely check that out. I will link it up in the iCards up here. So I will start with my face, the products that I use on my face, and my sort of go through my routine, kind of like what I do. It's very simple, I promise you. I'm not that type of person to have a bunch of stuff for no reason. I mean, I used to be that person, but I'm like, there's no point, okay? Just use what works and stick with it, and that's the route that I go with every single time. So to cleanse my face, I recently picked up my CeraVe smoothing cleanser. I've been using this, but I took a break. I love this. I use this for my face. It's really great. It's got salicylic acid and helps to exfoliate and smooth the skin. It's fragrance free because obviously we don't really need fragrance in skincare products, okay? Especially for your face, there's no need for that. Personally, I have sensitive skin, so my skin really reacts to things that have got fragrance in them, even though I do use some of those, but I try to avoid that. These are my 3 acids that I have, you know, the AHA and BHA. And normally on a typical day, I will use hyaluronic acid on my skin as a follow-up, like when I wash my face, and I start with hyaluronic acid. So I use that depending on how I'm feeling. If my skin's gotten a little bit bumpy, a little bit, you know, just a bit rough, maybe it's the time of the month, then I will use this. This is my salicylic acid. Salicylic acid helps to clear up all the little bits and bobs that are popping up on the skin. So yeah, if I've been having a rough week, a rough month, I just grab this. And I also use this for other parts, but you have to stay till the end of this video to find out what I use this besides my face. And then I have my lactic acid. So with this one, it depends as well. If my face is feeling just a bit rough, a bit patchy, I will grab this and I will use it on my face. When I use, let's say I put on hyaluronic acid, I will then follow up with my organic cold pressed rose hip oil onto my skin to moisturize, and then I will follow up with, depending on what time it is, nighttime, I use this as a moisturizer, and then that's it, I am done. However, if it's during the day, I will follow up with my Hydro Boost water gel lotion sunscreen. So this is almost done, and so when I went shopping yesterday, I picked up this one, and this is the Bondi Sands. But anyway, this is the SPF 50. Again, I used this today actually before applying my makeup. So yeah, I use sunscreen on my skin because obviously we know people always say that black people don't really need to use sunscreen, because why do you need to use sunscreens? Because you're already dark already. But I'll tell you this, if your skin is prone to hyperpigmentation, then you definitely need to use sunscreen. I use this sunscreen on my knees as well to prevent the hyperpigmentation, okay? I will talk about that more later. So yeah, sunscreen, and then I will follow up with whatever else that's coming. Yeah, so obviously once we're done with the face, we're we're going with some good old Vaseline lip therapy. I have a bunch of these everywhere in the house just because I like to keep my lips moisturized throughout the day. I don't like to have dry lips, so I will always have this on my bedside table, this in the living room, this in the kitchen, just so that wherever I go, and in the bathroom, wherever I go, I am not having to look for it, because that really annoys me. I cannot go to sleep if my lips are not moisturized. It's such a habit that I've built that, yeah, I find it difficult to go to sleep without Vaseline on my lips. Okay, so before I forget, I dived right into the skincare, but what should have really come first should have been my oral hygiene care. If the mouth is not smelling good, then none of this matters. Like, all of this, none of it matter. You can spray all the perfume you want in the world, and if your breath stinks, your teeth are yellow, then my sister, you're not doing yourself any good. Personally, a turn off for me is bad breath. Like, if you have bad breath, like, ew, like, ew. Ew. So yeah, personally, I've invested in an electric toothbrush, and I've been using this ever since, and I just changed the little head thingy. Yeah, because obviously I have to change like every 3 months? Yeah, every 3 months to 6 months. So yeah, I've invested myself in an electric toothbrush. I just feel like it cleans so much better. I don't know, go argue with your mom, but in my personal experience, I feel like this gets into all the nooks and crannies, and because it's like spinning, it literally gets the plaque out of your teeth. And I notice the difference, like when I use this and then maybe I take my manual toothbrush and I'm brushing, it just feels so weird. I feel like I can't get to the back of my teeth, whereas this will go right to the very end of my jaw, like all the way to the back, and get in there and literally just get everything out. And that's why I love this so much. And obviously I pair it up with some good old Colgate toothpaste, and then I have this little thing here. If you don't have one of these things, you definitely should get one. I'll tell you to get one right now. It's a tongue scraper. It's literally a game changer. I mean, obviously you can use your toothbrush to brush your tongue, but this, I feel like this just takes it to the next level. Like, put some toothpaste on it and literally just go in as far as you can on your tongue without gagging. You have fresh breath. And then to finish off is the Colgate mouthwash. I have this one, is a non-alcohol one, obviously to finish off, rinse off, and it's literally just good because I have this piercing here. I always have to like rinse my mouth with some mouthwash just to prevent bacteria and all that jazz. We're gonna move on to the body. So I recently picked up these gloves from Boots. So these are my exfoliating gloves. I love using exfoliating gloves, so I bought these because the ones that I have, they're actually pink, and they're done, like they've done their time and it's time to go. So I picked up these new ones, and yeah, so I'm gonna start using these as soon as I finish filming this video tonight. Body wash, I recently bought this Frank Body wash, clearing wash it's called. I normally use Soap and Glory to do body wash, but I then realized that them things, that they don't do nothing for my skin. They just make it worse. Like, they just make me itch and like not doing nothing for it. So I was looking for products that have got active ingredients in. So I looked up products with salicylic acid or just glycolic acid, something that can help to just smoothen my skin, you know, the good stuff. Like, I want to improve my skin, like, not that it's really bad, but it could be better, you know what I mean? So yeah, this popped up, and actually my sister's been using it and I never really paid attention to it, and I looked and I'm like, when it came up, I was like, okay, now I'm interested. The thing that got me is because this I love the humor in this. Anyway, this has it's got salicylic acid, and that's one of the ingredients that drew me to it. I was like, okay, I love that, let me try it. I've been using this for a while, maybe past 2 weeks or so. I've been using this, and yeah, I'm finding it really good. My skin feels smooth, so far so good. Like I said, I was using the Soap and Glory body washes, but I'm just like, no, they don't do nothing for me. They're just highly fragranced and they don't really even wash you properly. You wash yourself with normal soap and then you use that as a finishing product. So, and I'm like, that's effort. Like, who wants to do that? And then from the same company and brand, I also got this Rose Hip Body Scrub Plus Cleanser. It's a 2-in-1 melting body scrub with exfoliating sugar and soothing rose hip. It smells really good. It smells like bubblegum actually, and it's pink. Anyway, I used this and I'm like, whoa, like obviously it says cleanser on here, but like it actually foams on your skin when you lather it in, and I was like, that's so cool, because normally when you have those body scrubs, like barely any of them lather into like a foam, and the actual sugar like disappears into the skin. So that was really good, something that I noticed about that. So yeah, and it leaves my skin feeling really nice. So when I shave, mostly that's the time I like to use a scrub, or just once in a while, just to, you know, buffer up my skin, remove all that dead skin. This has also got salicylic acid as well. So yeah, it's got all the active ingredients, and I'm really loving that about this brand, Frank Body, and really paying attention to body care products that actually have active ingredients and not just focusing on the face. Okay, so I'm loving that. So after I finish my body cleansing situation, yeah, I normally use the Femme Fresh Intimate Skincare, yeah, soothing wash. So I don't really use soaps. Anyway, while we're talking about hair, I might as well carry on with the products I use down there. I also picked up the little Femme Fresh Intimate Skincare Biodegradable and Flushable Feminine Intimate Wipe. Yeah, I usually buy these as well. I like to use wipes. Obviously, when you do a #2, it's just great to like use wipes, because tissues don't really do much. It feels like you've wiped, because they say wipe until you can't see nothing, but you can do that and then go in with a wipe, you will still see something. And personally for me, when I'm on my period, when it's time for ant flow, this is great as well. It literally just helps to keep the area nice and fresh, nice and clean, smelling good, all that good stuff. So you should definitely invest in some wipes, and this is like a really nice size. These you can put them in your bag, so you can carry them wherever you go, because you never know. I'm that type of person who will have one of these in my bags, just because you just never know. You never know where you might find yourself. And it's always good to be prepared, so that we're smelling good and fresh all day long. To shave, I picked up these Gillette Venus Treasures, they're called. Personally, I have to use shavers that has 3 or more blades, because if I use 2 blades, it just irritates and tug on the skin. And I don't use the same blade twice, because if I do, I know I'm in trouble. I'm gonna be itchy, I'm gonna like just all sorts of stuff that happens, and it's like there's no need for that. So I use it once and discard it. Personally, I don't shave every single day. I give myself a chance to let everything grow out, and then I'll go again. Anyway, when I'm shaving, I've been using this satin care sensitive gel, so I picked up this as well. Anyway, yeah, so this is a shaver's cream. I picked up this. I was using my sister's, but I don't know if she's taken hers, because she's not at home now, so I didn't know if she'd taken it or left it. So I was like, I better get my own, because I was using somebody else's and she's no longer at home. While we are in the intimate area, I forgot, I don't really see people talking about panty liners when they do these videos. I don't know why. I know we say we have to let her breathe, like let's wear cotton underwears to let her breathe, but then at the same time, during ovulation period, like that time when you're ovulating, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of discharge, and by the way, discharge is normal. If you're watching this for the first time and you think something is wrong with you, having a discharge is normal, unless the discharge has a bad smell, or like it's different in color, like yellow, greenish, then obviously you need to be worried and get to the doctors. I do wear panty liners just because I don't like when the discharge discharges onto my underwear, to protect myself. Like, you know, they're light, they're breathable. That's what I want to say. They are breathable, so I do wear panty liners. And especially during like when your period is about to end, or when it's about to start, you don't know whether to wear a pad just yet, or whether to not wear a pad. So I'll, you know, if it's not a heavy flow, I'll just put on a panty liner. At least then I know my pants are protected, and all that good stuff. I use panty liners, and I haven't heard people mention panty liners. They're such a great little investment for your panties, you know, so you're not burning up all your knickers, because you know when the pH, obviously when your pH balance is normal, that acid is really strong and your knickers get burnt, which is normal actually. Let me know if you wear panty liners in the comments or not, or whether this is the first time you're hearing about them. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. While we're talking about the intimate area, I just wanted to mention that, like, it's not just about the outside part that needs taken care of. We have to take care of the inner side of our body as well. So that means drinking water. 1 second. Drinking water, as I was saying, to hydrate our body, to hydrate our skin. When you drink water, it will flush out toxins and flush out all of the bad stuff. Personally, I also take some probiotics for vaginal care. Let me show you the ones I use. Do excuse the noise if you can hear it. My washer is going off right now. My washing is doing its last spin, so if you can hear it, I do apologize. Anyway, I use the Garden of Life Raw Probiotic Vaginal Care with 50 billion strains. Yeah, so this is vaginal flora balance and urinary tract health. So yeah, I take these daily. They're quite tiny, so it's not like a big capsule that you have to take. I hope one day Garden of Life will sponsor me to do a video for them, because I love their products. And yeah, I've been taking this. When we talk about her, she's very sensitive, so I always have to make sure I'm clean 24/7. I really can't have spontaneous sex because I need everything to be clean. You clean your stuff, I clean my stuff, we wash our hands, and then we go, because I can't do that. Because if I do, I end up with a urinary tract infection, because like I said, she's very sensitive. So to combat that, I now started using these, and they really help. I was constantly having to go to the doctors to tell them that I've got a UTI, and they would give me antibiotics after antibiotics. And obviously we all know, like, taking antibiotics for too long is not good for you, because it kills. Antibiotics, they kill good bacteria, bad bacteria, they clear out everything. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing that, because these people just keep giving me antibiotics without trying to find a solution as to what I can do to prevent this. So obviously it's up to you to find your own research. So I went and found these, and I started taking probiotics to just add more good bacteria into my body, into my vagina flora, and they've been working really well. I noticed that I have very, if at all, none UTI so far. Like this year, I can't say that I've experienced anything ever since I started taking these. But if I do stop, obviously it's like it'll come back, so it's like I have to continue taking them, which I don't mind. Like, yeah, so that's the intimate that's the intimate area done. So I just thought I'd put that in there, just so that you guys know that my in-depth, you know, hygiene routine, the things that I use and things that I do on a regular basis. Like I said, products that I use, like realistically, these are the stuff that I use. Like I said, drink water, take probiotics to help flush out toxins, to help introduce good bacteria. So now I'm gonna move on to my body care, body skincare, and stuff that I've been doing to help my skin to glow. Okay, so like lotion, once I finish bathing, I've done the shaving, all that good stuff, I then use a moisturizer. So for the longest of time, I've been using the eczema therapy itch relief. I use this with my son. I got this because of my son. If anyone suffers from eczema, like, this is the Aveeno that I would recommend. This is the one that's been approved by the National Eczema Association. So you have to look for the logo, and that's the stuff that works. Okay, if you have eczema, thank me later. Anyway, I recently got from the Frank body line, so I got smoothing AHA body lotion made with lactic and glycolic acid to exfoliate exfoliate and hydrate at the same time. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I can't really say much about this, but so far I'm loving it. Like I said about the body wash, I'm loving it so far. It's really great. But on my knees, I've been using the salicylic acid because it helps to break down dead skin. So I've been using this. I've been using it on my knees. I was doing a little experiment a while ago where I wanted to see if the color on my knees can actually change. So what I did was I was using this soap, kojic acid, and I used that on my knees every single day, and my armpits, to lighten my armpits a little bit. Like, obviously I did fall off my routine just to lighten my armpit a little bit. They don't look as light right now because I kind of stopped, but I'm back on it again and I will update you guys. But yeah, they're not so bad. Like, they used to be really bad, but like that stuff's been working. So the kojic acid soap, I will use it in my armpits, and then I will then follow up with the glycolic acid on a cotton pad and then rub it in there. This is before bed, and then I'll drop a few drops of lactic acid as well in there, and then yeah, that helps to like obviously remove dead skin, brighten the skin area, and exfoliate, like chemically exfoliate the skin to lift off anything that's not meant to be there. And for my underarm, I recently picked up this Dove, and it's 0 aluminum. So basically what it means is like it's got 0 alcohol as well. One thing I've also been doing recently is I have been using salicylic acid on my bikini area, just because I was like, you know, that skin down there, we neglect it. We don't really like care for it as much as we think we need to put all these products and make it smell good, I want to make it look nice too. So I figured I'm gonna put some salicylic acid, because when you read the benefits of salicylic acid, it's an exfoliator. It's a gentle exfoliator that's meant to like lift dead skin and just help to bring out that new skin. And obviously our bikini area is dark because we don't really exfoliate that area as much. Like, the only exfoliation maybe it gets is that time when you shave, or when you're shaving, because shaving is actually exfoliating. So the skin builds up on top of each other, and that's why it's like it becomes so dark, because there's like skin, and then we end up having ingrown hairs as well, because we have dead skin. And you know, when the hairs are growing, they end up growing into each other because there's no breathing space. So I started using salicylic acid, and I've used it. I know you're not meant to use it every day, but I used it for every day for like 5 days straight, and I can tell the difference already. Like, my pores down there have shrunken, my skin is so smooth. Oh my god. Obviously the lightening part hasn't happened yet, but it's just like you can tell the difference straight away by just using my salicylic acid. So once I get it to like the smoothness that I want, I will switch to using my glycolic acid and my lactic acid, because those have the brightening effect, brightening benefit, because I've seen that on my knees and my underarm. When I've been doing it now, I'm like leaving a day, and then I'll use my salicylic acid, and then I moisturize as well. I moisturize with rosehip oil, yeah, down there, because I just never used to. Like, I'll just moisturize my body and just didn't think about that, like but now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give her some attention. We're gonna do, you know, masks, we're gonna do the J shows, we're gonna do all that jazz. And if you guys want to know more on my journey, definitely let me know. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm really focusing on my body care and really taking care of myself. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video officially. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the real MVP. I love you guys, and thank you for sticking around, and thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking. I appreciate. I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Looking on my dream life, and my bank account be real fine. Got my skincare, yeah, I glow shine. You can see me from